Just signed to cut the shoes, man.
Please, I'm a huge fan, man. I came from the USA.
You came from the USA just for that.
These are not real, though. You know that, right?
Chinese.
These are not real. It's fine, though.
Nike and Kanye West began developing the Air Yeezy in 2007. They seem to have been cultivated with one idea in mind. What if a Jordan 4 was infected with gigantism? But really, the idea for the Yeezy was to create an athletic shoe that was more suited for rocking the stage at a stadium venue rather than playing basketball. The basketball inspiration for the shoe took clear design cues from the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 and the Jordan 3 and Jordan 4. In fact, the Air Yeezy was so clearly inspired by Jordan sneakers that when early designs leaked before they'd even dropped, Chinese fakers had already connected the dots and started manufacturing fake Yeezys using leftover soles from Jordan sneakers. But ironically, Nike wouldn't actually let Kanye use proper Jordan design assets, because the Jordan brand was technically still a separate company from Nike. So in the great words of DJ Khaled, they don't want you to use assets from the Jordan brand. So you know what we do? We use a near identical design found on the Nike Air Assault Retro. I think that's what he says. Though outside of basketball and Schumer's, another massive design inspiration for the Air Yeezy was the Marty McFly self-lacing Nike mags that were featured in the film Back to the Future. These were later reproduced in a limited edition run by Nike, specifically cornering that lucrative sneakerhead market, the aging basement-dwelling hype beast. Throughout development of the Air Yeezys, we saw a lot of design features come and go faster than a man in the Kardashian household. For example, an early prototype had LED lights in the shoe's sole, but thankfully these were dropped for a much more tasteful glow-in-the-dark sole because of battery life. Yes, battery life. Could you imagine being that twat at the party? Hey, has anyone got a charger for my Yeezys? Nowadays, LED light-up shoes are only found on the feet of neglected children in small-town England. And of course, Soulja Boy's ill-fated shoe line SBZ lights that make your feet look like cars from Need for Speed Most Wanted. Another dropped feature was the originally planned circular air bubble known as the Death Star. There were originally rumours that these would give the wearer flubber-level jumping abilities by filling the Death Star with hot air straight from Kanye's lungs. But in the end, this air did have to be preserved for Ye's tour and radio appearances. In the end, the Death Star was replaced by a more traditional Nike air bubble, which is a shame because I kinda did think it looked cool. The bottom of the shoe was originally going to feature an obnoxious and frankly uninspired Y repeated pattern shaped waffle design. And obviously you know what the Y stands for, your mum. This was of course inspired by the iconic elephant print that was found on many Jordan branded sneakers, but without any of the inspiration or swag. These soles were thankfully dropped, but those repeated Y-front designs did end up in the final product in a much more tasteful fashion on the strap and the suede toe lining. Throughout 2008, Kanye West was spotted wearing various prototypes of the Yeezy, including many colorways that never hit shelves. This included an all-black pair that he rocked along with a pair of Phoenician face blinds whilst performing at the Grammys in 2008, which many people cite as the first time this brand collaboration had really come to the forefront. But Nike's Air Yeezy 1 finally dropped in April 2009. It initially came in the Zen Grey light charcoal colorway, and this was actually the pair that I originally had when I was a teen. I miss those every day. These were followed in May by a drop of the black and pink colorway, and finally in June, a tan beige drop. They only had a price tag of $215 on launch. I myself picked up a pair at resale for £300 on eBay, which to me at the time, being around 15, felt like a pretty penny. And having sold them on a year later at a cool £60 profit, I felt like a young hypebeast Gordon Gekko. But with today's resale prices sitting at a cool £2,000 plus, somebody got an unbelievable bargain. But even if the Yeezy 1 was ahead of its time, it was still a poppin' shoe in spite of its gigantism. And pretty much every celebrity you can think of was wearing a pair. For a super exclusive shoe, everyone seemed to have a fucking pair, didn't they? So, welcome to a special segment that I like to call Yeezy Celebrity Hunting, where we look at some of the many celebrities that have been spotted wearing the original Air Yeezy. A ball player and inventor of expensive beef, Kobe Bryant. The least rare rapper in the wild, Common. Kid Cudi. Birdman's spoiled son and boss level in Time Crisis Bus Edition, Lil Wayne. Biggest bum bag of 2019, Soulja Boy. Overweight Kevin Hart, Wale. The only man that is so large that he makes these gigantically oversized Yeezys look small, Questlove. Is he waiting for a haircut or has he just finished getting one? Who knows? It's fabulous. We heard you like guns in your trunk, so we put guns on your guns in your trunk. It's T.I. The first black man in history to receive the EGOT Hua, the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, Hot Wife, it's John Legend. Original inventor of dick sunglasses, The Dream. The rap game's Alex Jones, Jadakiss. The most powerful player in hip-hop Tekken, P. Diddy. Kanye's executive Maybach buffer, Big Sean. That guy in the office that takes credit for everyone else's good ideas, Drizzy Drake. And of course, finally, Bun B, here pictured being told, come on over to OVO, we'll definitely make my career, I mean your career, take off. So, when you've got a winning formula, why would you quit? Every celebrity worth their salt was wearing the Air Yeezys, and Kanye was about to come with that heat a second time. So the Nike Air Yeezy 2 begun development, and this time Ye would be coming with a much more animalistic design. It came with a reptile-inspired heel, ribbed for her pleasure, smooth snakeskin-inspired side panels, slap slap. This time the sole was lifted from the Nike Air Tech Challenge 2 tennis shoe, and of course never one to miss an opportunity to mislead the public into thinking he's in the Illuminati. The Yeezy 2 had several references to ancient Egyptian mythology. See the triangle print on the strap holder? The Egyptian hieroglyphics that spell YZY hidden under the strap. I assume he stole the idea for those hieroglyphics from Space Ghost Perp, also including depictions of the ancient god Horus on the tongue and insole. Uh-oh. In fact, speaking of Horus, this was around the time Kanye West had been spotted wearing this neck-breakingly ugly Horus chain that was supposedly a $300,000 waste of cash, not to mention the amount he probably spent on spiral reassignment surgery that he must have required after wearing that monstrosity for a week. Chain way too heavy. In the lead up to the release of the Yeezy 2, Ye got another batch of incredibly powerful celebrity cosigns. Jay-Z rocked a pair and shouted them out during his March 2012 South by Southwest performance, and Nike officially announced them in May 2012. Originally just announcing a set of platinum and black colorways, and later an all-red colorway, famously known as the Red Octobers, which went on to become one of the most sought-after pairs of Yeezys in existence. But not everyone liked them. In fact, Macklemore hated his so much that in a New Year's 12-13 performance, he pulled them off mid-show and tossed them into the crowd. The Red Octobers were announced in June 2012, and only 5,000 pairs would ever be produced. They retailed at $245, but immediately started reselling for the big bucks, with some reports quoting prices anywhere from $4,000 to $90,000 for Yeezys. They initially surfaced in May 2013, on Kanye during an SNL performance, and on Kim Kardashian's Instagram, and the Red Octobers immediately became a mythical shoe in hypebeast culture. Many speculated that they'd be dropping around the same time as Kanye's Yeezus album in June, especially considering the fact that their red colorway matched the cover art of Yeezus. However, as the year went on, less and less celebrities were spotted wearing the Air Yeezys. And before they'd even drop, Kanye would publicly fall out with Nike, and according to Ye, he didn't even know when these shoes would be coming out himself.
I asked him when the Yeezy Red October's coming out. I asked them, Kanye West asked Nike, when's it come out? They said, we're not sure yet.
By the end of 2013, Kanye had started his usual press tour come mental breakdown, and during his onstage rants, he begun dragging Nike and calling them out publicly.
Then I talked to my man down in Miami that run the store, and he said Nike pressuring them, and they said, if you want the Red Octobers, you gotta take all these trash ass shoes. Nike pressuring them, trying to leverage off some shit that I made. I made the Yeezy 2s 3 years ago, and they never let me pick up a pencil to draw again. And I want to build mountains.
As well as discussing his tense relationship with Nike in his iconic interview with Zane Lowe on the BBC.
You guys don't understand. You guys don't understand that I did the Yeezys and they eBayed for $90,000.
Right.
And people wanted them bad as whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't get a call from Nike the next day. For you to have done something to the level of the Yeezys and not be able to create more. And you cannot create that on your own with no support.
After Ye had dragged Nike on his BBC interview, supposedly he'd been told that they would be putting more effort into their partnership. But according to Kanye, what he was really looking for was points on the package. Royalties, baby.
I started turning up in a BBC interview, and they said, okay, cool. We're gonna give you a bigger sandbox to play in. We're gonna give you this amount right here to design, and you could do 2 collections a year and 30 SKUs. That's the amount of items that you have. And now, would that make you happy, Kanye? And I said, okay, what about this? I need royalties. It's not even like I even got a joint venture. I'm like, at least give me some royalties. Like Michael Jordan got 5%. That business is $2 billion. He makes $100 million a year off of 5% royalty. I said, I need some type of royalty. Nike told me, we can't give you a royalty because you're not a professional athlete. I told them I go to the Garden and play one on no one.
That relationship completely fell apart, and by the time the surprise drop of the Red Octobers had rolled around, Kanye had stopped wearing Yeezys altogether. So it's most likely that the seemingly disorganized Twitter-only surprise drop of the Red Yeezys was a move by Nike to shed themselves of their Kanye deal and free up Ye so that he could go on to make a new deal. So in spite of the fact that Nike is and always has been more poppin' than Adidas, Ye says that he was thinking of his family legacy when he decided to take that Adidas deal in December 2013.
Might have taken the Nike deal because I just love Nike so much, blah, 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 blah. But the new me with a daughter takes the Adidas deal because I have royalties and I have to provide for my family.
So Adidas swooped in with an amazing offer supposedly worth $10 million plus royalties, and Ye duly took it. To be fair, I'd been going around for years saying I wouldn't wear Adidas unless you paid me to. And now I am joking. For anybody that is from Adidas that's watching this, please cut that check, please. It is kind of ironic after all, as in my view and probably Kanye's at the time, as far as the culture goes, Nike really would have been the only game in town. I'd never set a sole in a pair of Adidas shoes until I saw Yeezy wearing them, and frankly, I never would had until he made them a poppin' shoe. Ironically, Kanye was actually rumored to have been working with Adidas even before the Nike deal way back in 2006 on a shoe that ended up never getting released. Frankly, in my opinion, this whole debacle proves one thing. Nike really fucked up the bag by not giving Kanye what he wanted. I mean, they could have had another Jordan brand on their hands here. And who knows, maybe if they'd have kept Kanye happy, we'd have been seeing Yeezy brand outlets up and down strip malls all over America. I mean, who amongst us doesn't want to spend $17.83 on a set of size 17 Yeezy 9s in a vomit-inducing pink and grey colorway? But now we all know the story and how things ended up with Yeezy. Adidas had a field day with Yeezy, and much like Nike tried to do, Adidas finessed the low supply of the Yeezy shoe that people actually wanted to stimulate sales of other Adidas shoes that looked a bit like the Yeezys, but no one really wanted, did they? The Ultra Boost, the Tubular, or even this year's dreadfully named Oswegos, that frankly just sound like a slur for Australian people. So there you have it. That's the story of how Nike really dropped the ball when it came to the Yeezy deal and put Kanye on the path to his Adidas deal and his own Yeezy brand that would ultimately one day potentially make him a billionaire. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure that you like and subscribe below and head on over to traplaw.com to go and cop some of the new merch I've got. Traplaw Season 2, much better than Yeezy Season 2. Come on, you know it is. Go cop it, go check some of that stuff out. I'm really excited for my new designs. This is one of them, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot more there and I'm really excited to share it with you. Thanks again, and until next time, a peace out.